We are honored to welcome Dr. Pratibha Shah, internationally acclaimed Ayurveda expert, founder and president of the Global Council for Ayurveda Research, and a recognized leader whose pioneering work has been honored by the White House and the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Please welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. Is this okay? Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. That was such a moving presentation. Thank you for that. So I'm going to share with all of you immunity applied concepts, bringing traditional and contemporary health practices together. So immunity is a big part of prevention as well as health, treatment as well. So it is an important topic, and I would like to share with you some of the classical concepts of immunity in Ayurveda. And before that, I will just provide a quick overview of understanding what immunity is, and empirical evidence showing direct relationship between these applied concepts and status of immunity as we currently understand it, and some closing reflections. So what is the immune system? What does it do in our body? The immune system's job is to help identify, resist, and eliminate dangerous germs that enter the body before they can cause disease or damage. So even as you and I, we are sitting here, there are a number of microbes that we are breathing in, that we are being surrounded by, and our immune system is taking care as our defense ministry, like an army 24/7, protecting us from invasion, because that's the law of nature, that every species, every organism tries to survive. So when our defense is low, they will invade us, they will multiply, and they will cause disease. So our immune system is the one that takes care of protecting us. Immunity can also be defined as the balanced state of multicellular organisms having adequate biological defenses to fight infection, disease, or other unwanted biological invasions, while also having adequate tolerance to avoid allergy, so allergens, and also thereby preventing also autoimmune diseases. So it's both ways, when to raise that defense mechanism and when not to do it, so that we are also able to tolerate certain things around us, right? It has to be a balance. We cannot be reacting to everything. We are surrounded by a lot of things, and we need to tolerate and coexist with some of them. And the others that can cause disease, we need to make sure we are blocking their entrance as well as multiplication. And yeah, so this is what I was talking about. Every creature in the universe is a predator for some and a prey for others. And each living being has its own protection gear, physical as well as physiological. And it is a system that is 24/7 on. It cannot be off. So let us see what immunity looks like. So immunity can be of two types, adaptive as well as innate. So innate, as the word says, is that is within us, right? So like our skin, which is a physical barrier, or our white blood cells, this is already inside us. Adaptive immunity is what ensues when we introduce a particle, an antigen in the form of a vaccine or something else. So that would be adaptive immunity. And adaptive can be natural and artificial. So natural can be when we get exposed to microbes. Then our body develops antibodies, natural antibodies. So that is natural. And artificial would be, again, vaccination. And both can be passive and active. Okay? So this is kind of like a synopsis of what immunity can look like. Now let us see what Ayurveda talks about as far as immunity is concerned. And I have kept some of the original Sanskrit terms because this is really important, because we can try and correlate the terms with their meanings, but they are not exact. So we should try and understand or at least keep in mind the original Sanskrit term. So the first one is the concept of Vyadhi Kshamatva. Just like Ayurveda is a complex Sanskrit word, Ayu and Veda, right? All of you know about this. So Vyadhi Kshamatva is again two words. Vyadhi is disease and Kshamatva is the capacity. So capacity for disease prevention as well as disease protection, both. Okay? So when our immune system is in its optimal status, it will keep us protected from vyadhis, but will also make sure that we are, again, this is about the balance, that we are also tolerating some of the things that we need to coexist with. Ojas is the subtle essence of vitality in our body. It is considered to be the essence of all the 7 dhatus. So think about Ojas as the vital force in our body. So we say that when your immunity is low, your Ojas could also be low. And this is something you cannot measure in a lab. So these are the concepts that are really important in Ayurveda, that by your aura, by your look, So in our spoken conversation, we do often use this. We say, you don't look well. Have you heard this? So what are we reading there? We are not doing any lab test there, right? We are actually looking at the person and their energy. How does it feel like, How is the aura? How is the reflection? How is the glow? What is the color of the skin? So we may not be doctors, but we are looking at that. We are sensitive to that. So we might end up asking, you don't look very well. Are you all right? So that is a reflection of Ojas. This is not a biomarker that you can measure in a lab test. I'm just trying to make sure I don't fall from here. Agni. I think one of the very, very most important concept in Ayurveda is the most important concept is the concept of Agni. So Agni, I would like you to understand it as like the solar system has the sun at its center, correct? Sun is bright and alive. Planets, there could be life, right? We know Earth has life. We don't know about other planets. But let's say sun is essential for life, yes or no, at least on planet Earth. Agni is our own personal sun. It is right in the middle. If I am the planetary system, my sun is my Agni. Okay, think about that. There is a yellow, bright, warm sun at the center of your being. It's in your belly, right? This is the concept of Agni in Ayurveda. And Agni is something that is our friend, but it can also be our foe, right? When fire is in control, it does great things for us in the universe. We can cook with it. We can heat our spaces with it. Thermodynamic principle, right? Thermal principle, very important in the universe, has so many applications. But the same fire, when it is out of control, it destroys. So it needs to be in the correct measure, right? So Agni is an extremely important concept. It not only cooks for us, because cooking is something that happens again in our body, not just outside in the kitchen, right? When we are eating an apple, it is cooked again inside our body, yes? Yeah? Because it has to become muscle tissue. It has to become blood tissue. It has to become our skin. So second stage of cooking depends on this. And if this cooking is suboptimal, there is leftover residual material that is toxic to the body, what we call ama. So Agni in Ayurveda is like the very central principle. It can also burn germs. Burn means not literally. It's just a visualization. Just like here, fire can burn mosquitoes or flies or whatever you want to put in it that are troubling you. Similarly, when our body is exposed to microbes or anything that the body is not going to do well with, our Agni will destroy it. But it has to have that buddhi, the intelligence. And that intelligence comes only when we take care of the Agni. If we are not taking care of the Agni, then this affects the immunity, directly proportional. Low Agni, low immunity is a given. So we'll remember that. Dhatu Bala, tissue strength. People who are emaciated. So how, in Ayurveda, we have the concept of 7 dhatus or 7 tissues, which pretty much cover all the tissues in our body from modern perspective as well, right? Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Meda, Asti, Macha, Shukra. Okay, all reproductive tissue, everything is included in that. So we should have optimal dhatu bala, optimal tissue health. If you are emaciated, if you are undernourished, if you're depleted, that will also directly impact the immunity. Preventive regimens like dinacharya, daily self-care, rutucharya, seasonal care, sadvritta. Dinacharya, rutucharya, you probably understand, okay, yeah, our daily care, we have to put some oil here and there and take care of our eyes and other organs. Rutucharya, seasonal alignment. Sadvritta, what is that? Sadvritta is the preventative, promotive practices for mind, spirit, right? Our emotional well-being. So often we are taking care of the physical body. We are not taking care of the mental, emotional body. So we are still feeling off. Doctor is saying you're fine, your BMI is perfect, your cholesterol is perfect, everything is fine. But your this health, mental, emotional health is not good. It's depleted. It's not optimal. Then also immunity is impacted, and we are learning that. Stress directly impacts immunity. Stress directly impacts microbiota. Okay? Next is promotive regimens, which is a very unique concept in Ayurveda. What is promotive practices? It's very simple. I'm trying to just make it like very conversational so that everybody can understand, even if you're not from Ayurveda. Promotion basically means if we are born with X amount of health, prevention is maintaining X amount of health. Promotion is, can we make it X plus 1? Can we make it X plus 2? Can we make it 2 times X? That is promotion. And this you must understand in the language of tonics. I'm taking a tonic. I'm taking a brain tonic. I'm taking a heart tonic. That is positive health. So this is the concept of promotion in Ayurveda, which is very unique. I won't be able to cover all the slides, but I want to make sure we have this conversation. So these are the tenets of immunity, 13 fires. We have the concept of 13 fires and 3 pillars of health. Ahara, Nidra, Brahmacharya. If you can take away just this. Food, pay attention to your food. Second is sleep. 5,000 years ago, same value, same importance as food. Don't just pay attention to food and think, I can stay up late till 12 o'clock and I will get up and go to my morning run at 5 a.m. That's why maybe, possibly, a lot of people are falling dead in the gyms because they are not sleeping enough. So 5,000 years ago, Ayurveda has said sleep is as important as food. Third is brahmacharya, which is often falsely or wrongly translated as celibacy. I would call it life's discipline. Little bit of regimen and discipline. Brahmacharya. That is what brahmacharya. So if you remember just 3 things, little bit of regularity in your day, proper food and proper times and proper portions of the food, and sleep, please sleep. I tell this to all my clients, get sufficient sleep. Don't run, don't be in a hurry to get to your goals in life because you will not reach there. You will not be there to reach there. So sleep, I want to underscore that, bold that, highlight that for everybody. Please take that away with you. And then bala, the concept of bala is also very important. Innate, you see the same terminology here now. Innate, temporal, by timeline, your biological, your chronological timeline and biological timeline. What you acquire is temporal. And then acquired, that is the promotion concept. You can acquire positive health. my time is almost up, but I want to leave you with this. Buddhi, ojas, if you take care and take care of your channels. So Ayurveda has this very important concept of channels, millions of channels in our body. Flow is health, blockage is disease. Just remember this. Flow is health. All your channels should be flowing, and blockage is disease. So I'll leave you with that. Thank you.
I'll try to remote control. Here, yes. Thank you so much for your inspiring presentation.